Is this in the frame?
Yep.
Okay. There we go. So professional these days.
I know.
Used to do it by hand. All right. So tell me just for our own records, first your name, where you're from, and what's your occupation.
Okay. My name is Lori Spano. I live in Long Island in Westbury, New York. I was previously a CPA. I was a controller for an advertising agency, but right now I have some very young children, so I'm a stay-at-home mom.
Okay. And how long have you been watching soap operas?
I've been watching soap operas for 36 years, since I was 10 years old. I watched it with my mother and my grandmother. We watched The Guiding Light and The Edge of Night. I don't know if anybody remembers that one, but that's when I first started watching. And then when I got a little older, the big thing was to watch soap operas in the dorms at school. So when I was in college, I started watching All My Children and One Life to Live.
Do you have a favorite?
Definitely All My Children.
Can you say my favorite is?
Okay. My favorite soap opera is All My Children. I just love the glamour of it, the fashion, the people.
Is there any storylines that have stuck with you throughout the years, like something that really touched you? Or is there any of the characters that are really have had an influence in your life?
Well, I think one of my first memories when I was 10 years old was a Back from the Dead character, actually. And it seems like the Back from the Dead characters just keep coming up throughout the years because it is a great storyline. There's nothing better than seeing a reunion between loved ones when you think somebody is gone and they're really not. Something that doesn't happen in real life. So it's a nice fantasy.
What do you think makes a good soap? What are the elements that keep the viewers, or keep you as a viewer?
What makes a good soap is a soap that can keep you on the edge of your seat. Just when you think you have it figured out, you really don't. There's a twist or a turn and something happens that you didn't expect. And it leaves you every day or on a Friday with wanting more and wanting to see the next day, or you can't wait till Monday.
So what do you do on the weekends when there's no soaps?
I'll watch them again if I have to and try to figure out what's going to happen on Monday.
Well, you're a stay-at-home mom, and do you watch them when they actually come, or do you DVR, or do you watch them later?
I have to admit, the invention of the DVR is a good thing and a bad thing. It's a bad thing for the soap industry or the TV industry in general. I pretty much watch everything by the DVR because although I am a stay-at-home mom, I have a busy life. And I do watch DVR, although recently there were a few characters on All My Children and the storyline was so compelling that I actually started watching it towards the end in real time.
And speaking of DVRs and things like that, there's been a lot of talk like declining ratings and, viewerships are down. What's your opinion on that, and why do you think that has happened?
Well, I mean, it's been happening for years, not just recently, but more and more people are working outside the home and they don't have the opportunity to watch it in real time, so they either DVR it or, there are other things to watch when you get home. There's so many cable channels, so many choices. What do you watch, when you have 500 channels?
And with all these cancellations, like how did you feel when the talk started that, okay, this show's gonna get canceled, this show's gonna get canceled? How did you react to that?
Well, when I found out the shows were canceled, I was devastated. I never in a million years would think that they would cancel soaps. They've been around forever. I don't remember a time ever not watching soaps. Like I said, I started watching it when I was 10 years old, and so I never remember not watching soaps. So I was devastated, and I knew I was going to feel like something was really missing in my life. And there's this sort of a sense of loss. Not a real loss, maybe a loss like going to another job or moving to a new home where you miss being in that situation.
Are you going to watch the shows that take the time slots?
Absolutely
Chew and
not.
whatever there is? Sorry.
I won't be watching the shows that take up the time slots. It's, you know, like I said, I'm not, even though I'm a stay-at-home mom, I'm not home during the day, and I see no reason to watch those shows. There's so many of those shows. You know, there's nothing like a soap opera. There's nothing like it, and they're so special. And talk shows about food and style are not special.
What do you think is the future of soap operas? Internet, pay-per-view? Do you have any idea what can be done to save them?
Well, I think the future of soap operas probably isn't going to be network TV, although if my wish would come true, the networks would realize their mistake and find some economical way to bring them back to the regular networks. But it is going to have to be something else, either internet or a soap channel or something like that. Actually, I think internet probably would be the best media for soap operas. I have on occasion, where I've been on vacation, have watched soaps on the internet and on Hulu or ABC.com, and the difference is that you have to watch a 30-second commercial. There's no way around it. And you don't want to leave the room to get a snack because it's only 30 seconds. So I find myself watching those commercials, and those